15 Most Arrogant Members of the British Royal Family. The British royal family is the most famous royal family in the world today. Growing up in luxury, they often think they are better than everyone else and act however they want. Over time, many members of the royal family have shown traits like arrogance and self-importance. Almost all of them have behaved this way in public, indicating that being proud and arrogant seems to be part of their roles. Their actions have included body shaming, making staff cry, and even breaking laws, all while appearing indifferent to the feelings of others. They seem to believe that the world revolves around them, which has frustrated many people. Here are 15 most arrogant members of the British royal family. Number 1. Princess Anne, her royal rudeness. Princess Anne, often called her royal rudeness, earned this nickname for a reason. Despite being one of the less popular royals, she is known online for her rude and unfriendly demeanor. In her younger years, she was quite a troublemaker, getting into multiple speeding incidents and becoming the first royal to be convicted of a crime. She was also the first in the family to get a divorce. While it's normal to feel shy about public attention, Princess Anne took it to another level, often swearing at reporters and anyone with a camera. Phrases like bugger off or naff off were common in her interviews. She frequently expressed her dislike for the spotlight and claimed she never asked to be a princess. Some might excuse her arrogance as youthful behavior, but she has shown that her unpleasant attitude remains. For instance, when a fan presented her with a bouquet, Anne's response was mocking. The 75-year-old fan regretted the gesture immediately, feeling it was a ridiculous way to react. Number 2. Princess Margaret, rebel. Princess Margaret, famously dubbed the Royal Rebel, certainly earned her title. In the documentary Princess Margaret, Rebel Without a Crown, royal expert Jeannie Bond described her as both fantastically grand and fantastically snobbish. Her extravagant lifestyle, tumultuous marriages, and the introduction of divorce into the royal family did much to tarnish their reputation. Despite her beauty, her difficult personality was a major flaw, and she was often labeled the world's most challenging guest. Margaret carried her arrogance like a badge of honor, believing everyone was beneath her. She was known for being abrasive and showed little regard for others' time, often delaying dinner for hours just so she could smoke and drink. Her hairdresser would visit her twice a day for styling, and she frequently changed outfits. In another account from a book titled Princess Margaret, someone who knew her recounted attending house parties with her and noted that her arrogance, petulance, rudeness, and poor manners were appalling. Even her friend, Lady Anne Glenconner, recalled an incident where Margaret approached a woman feeding a squirrel and began hitting them with an umbrella. So wrapped up in her own importance, she insisted on being addressed only as Ma'am or Princess Margaret. No one was allowed to speak to or touch her unless she initiated it first. Those who failed to follow her strict rules faced severe consequences. Number 3. Prince Philip, Prince of Offensive Statements. Prince Philip was known as one of the rudest royals, and unlike others who might not notice their bad behavior, he seemed to take pride in it. Royal biographer Nigel Cawthon even wrote a book titled I Know I'm Rude, where Philip himself admitted, I know I am rude, but it's fun. While he found his attitude amusing, it was a nightmare for those on the receiving end. Not only was he rude, but he also made racist comments. For example, he once asked a businessman of Aboriginal descent if they still threw spears at each other, laughing while the man did not find it funny at all. In 2015, he was caught on camera shouting rude remarks at a photographer. His rudeness extended beyond adults. During a school visit, he told a 13-year-old girl she was too fat to be an astronaut, which was both offensive and insensitive. After his death, Philip is remembered not just as the longest-serving consort in British history but also as one of the most discourteous members of the royal family. Number 4. Prince Andrew, Duke of Bully Town. Prince Andrew was once the pride of his family as a war veteran, but today, he's far from that image, with his reputation in ruins due to serious sexual allegations that made headlines worldwide. Many reporters have noted his arrogance, which doesn't do him any favors. A TV presenter described him as arrogant, unpleasant, and lacking awareness. Before the Epstein scandal came to light, the media portrayed Prince Andrew as a charming playboy. In the book Andrew, The Playboy Prince by royal biographer Andrew Morton, it was said that girls would faint at the sight of him. However, after the scandal broke, his past actions were scrutinized. In Nigel Cawthon's book Prince Andrew, Epstein, Maxwell and the Palace, he was revealed as a school bully who was boastful and full of himself. He even insulted his wife by calling her a fat cow. In early 2021, there were also rumors that he bullied his aides. Reports suggested that people often left his presence in tears after being shouted at by the Duke of York. Number 5. Prince Albert, Prince of Insensitivity. Before their wedding, this prince made his wife try to escape the country 3 times after she discovered he had fathered 3 children out of wedlock, more than the 2 she had been told about. Charlene, who cried during their wedding ceremony in 2011, later told Times Weekend magazine that it was all too much for her. She described feeling overwhelmed by the mixed emotions and tension from the rumors, leading her to burst into tears. She was even seen sobbing over lunch at the palace, while her husband remained completely oblivious to her distress. His insensitivity was striking. During a school visit, he told a 13-year-old girl she was too fat to be an astronaut, which was both hurtful and unnecessary. After their wedding, Charlene's struggles became public knowledge, overshadowing what should have been a joyful occasion. Number 6. Princess Margaret of Kent. Princess Margaret of Kent has a reputation for looking down on nearly everyone around her. While most royal family members may be condescending to outsiders, she seems to take it a step further. She once claimed to an American fashion magazine that she had more royal blood than anyone else who married into the family since Prince Philip, which was essentially her way of saying others were unworthy. In 2004, she faced accusations of racism after reportedly telling a group of black diners at a New York restaurant to go back to the colonies. This incident highlighted her unpleasant attitude. Furthermore, she has been vocal about her belief that animals have no rights, arguing that because they don't vote, have bank accounts, or pay taxes, they shouldn't be entitled to any rights. This stance appears to support animal cruelty. In 2017, she stirred controversy by wearing a blackamoor brooch to a Christmas party where Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, was present. Blackamoor art is often seen as racist and insensitive, making her choice of jewelry seem like a deliberate insult not just to Meghan but to the black community as a whole. Royal correspondent Charlie Proctor tweeted that Princess Margaret seemed to have become a parody of herself by wearing the brooch at such an event. Number 7. Sarah Ferguson, her royal noisemaker. Sarah Ferguson, often called Fergie, was known for causing chaos and using her royal status to get what she wanted. She landed a $3 million contract as a spokesperson for Weight Watchers and even tried to sell information about Prince Andrew for £500,000. Reports suggest she encouraged him to do the disastrous BBC interview that became infamous. During her marriage to Prince Andrew, several topless photos of her were published, including one where an American millionaire was seen sucking her toe. The Queen was not amused by these scandals. Even though she wasn't invited to Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding, Fergie managed to show up anyway and even gave a TV interview offering marital advice to the couple, making the day all about herself. Her behavior often overshadowed the royal family, and it seemed like she acted impulsively without considering the consequences. Number 8. King Charles, other people are beneath me. When he was a prince, he tried to be careful not to insult the British press, at least not to their faces. However, he was caught making a rude remark about a reporter during a ski trip with his sons in 2005. After greeting the press and expressing his excitement for his upcoming wedding, he whispered to his sons, "Bloody people, I can't bear that man, he's so awful." Unfortunately for him, he forgot he still had a microphone on, and the press heard everything. King Charles has a reputation for being quite vain, enjoying the luxurious royal lifestyle to the fullest. It's said that he travels with a white leather toilet seat and even has a servant who irons his shoelaces. While some of these demands might seem forgivable, he has over-the-top requests and employs 85 staff members to cater to his needs. He reportedly changes outfits more than 5 times a day and even has someone squeeze toothpaste onto his brush for him. One of the most bizarre claims is that he allegedly has a servant hold his specimen bottle whenever he gives a urine sample. How strange is that? Number 9. Queen Consort, Queen of Arrogance. It's no surprise that Camilla's entry into the royal family was controversial. Often called a homewrecker, she faced backlash because of the love the public had for Princess Diana. Even after King Charles was crowned, many people still refused to accept Camilla. She seems unhappy with her title as the spouse of the monarch and prefers to be called the Queen of England, believing any other title is beneath her. If she could, she would probably put her face on British currency. Camilla even suggested to Catherine, the Princess of Wales, that she should change the spelling of her name because there are too many C names in the family. Asking Catherine, who was born Catherine Elizabeth Middleton, to change the first letter of her name to a K is not only inconsiderate but also quite superstitious. Overall, Camilla's behavior and attitude have made her a polarizing figure in the royal family, often overshadowing her position with controversy and drama. Number 10. Meghan Markle, Duchess of Arrogance. This royal family member is one of the most talked about online. After meeting Prince Harry, her attitude on the set of Suits changed dramatically. She became more self-absorbed and abrasive, ditching her previous friendly persona for a latecomer who often disrupted things. Many view her as someone who has slithered into the royal family to influence Prince Harry negatively and create a rift between him and his family. She's controlling and seems to lack empathy for others, often seeking attention and enjoying the spotlight. Her poses in photos give off an air of superiority, and she frequently looks at people with a condescending gaze. In an interview with The Cut, she referred to herself as a duchess, despite having renounced her royal titles when she and Prince Harry left the royal family. She also made a rather tone-deaf comment about not being comfortable buying a $12 million house while unemployed, which raises eyebrows. What jobless person thinks about spending millions on a home? This statement came off as an attempt to flaunt her social status rather than being relatable. Overall, Meghan's behavior continues to spark controversy and discussion among the public. Number 11. Prince Harry, Duke of Arrogance. When Prince Harry married the Duchess of Arrogance, he seemed to take on that title himself. He used to be one of the more likable members of the royal family, but after getting involved with her, he changed. While the royal family is known for its stuck-up members, some things should have stayed private. However, the Duke of Sussex couldn't keep quiet about family matters. He released a controversial book called Spare, which revealed many royal secrets and then got upset when the family ignored it. Harry and Meghan have presented themselves as an arrogant duo, seemingly unaware of their own flaws. Even after leaving the UK, they believed they were entitled to royal security, which would cost taxpayers around $5.5 million each year. Their actions have sparked much discussion and criticism, highlighting their disconnect from the reality many face. Number 12. Princess of Wales, future Queen of Designers. Princess Catherine has managed to be seen as one of the more likable royals since joining the family. She has worked hard to stay out of the tabloids for negative reasons and is generally well-loved and respected. In the past, she was careful about how she spent taxpayer money, but recently, her spending has raised eyebrows. In 2022 alone, she spent an astonishing £176,664 on new clothes. During a Commonwealth event in 2020, she and her husband displayed a bit of snobbishness. While Prince Harry and Meghan smiled and tried to engage with the crowd, Catherine and William completely ignored them. This awkward moment highlighted the tension between the two couples and didn't reflect the elegance and class that the British monarchy claims to represent. Overall, while Princess Catherine has been seen as a breath of fresh air in the royal family, her recent behavior and spending habits have sparked some criticism and discussion among the public. Number 13. Prince William, only peasants show affection. Prince William is quite different from his brother Harry. A moment that caught everyone's attention happened after the Queen's death, highlighting William's alarming behavior towards his wife. While Harry was being a gentleman to Meghan, William and Catherine stood apart, creating a noticeable distance between them. He seemed unwilling to show any affection in public, which has become a pattern for them. Some might interpret this as coldness, but it's actually an unspoken royal rule not to display affection during official events. For instance, Queen Elizabeth II rarely held hands with her husband in public for the same reason. Despite this tradition, the lack of warmth between William and Catherine raised eyebrows and sparked discussions about their relationship. Number 14. Princess Beatrice, I am a proud narcissist. Being the daughter of Fergie and Prince Andrew, it's no surprise that Princess Beatrice has a bit of a self-absorbed streak. Just like her mother, who made Caden Williams' wedding all about herself, Beatrice chose to announce her pregnancy on the 3rd anniversary of Meghan and Harry's wedding. This was a fixed date that couldn't be changed, yet she decided to steal the spotlight on such an important day. Instead of waiting for a more suitable time to share her news, her narcissistic tendencies took over, making her disregard how her actions might affect others. This selfish act upset not only the couple but also her sister Eugenie. Who wouldn't be annoyed by such thoughtless behavior? Number 15. Princess Eugenie, taxpayers live for me. This royal family member seems to be on the lookout for a chance to play princess. Having been spoiled with state funds, she and her sister believe they deserve some sort of title just for being part of the royal family. They want their father to regain his royal duties, which he lost due to the disgrace of the Epstein scandal. It's clear she wants to continue living a life of luxury funded by taxpayers. Time for you to get a job, Eugenie. The entire royal family has shown arrogance in public on several occasions. At Harry and Meghan's wedding, some royals were caught giggling during the sermon, which was quite disrespectful. Zara, Queen Elizabeth's granddaughter and Prince Andrew's daughter, was one of the most notable offenders. Who do you think is the most arrogant member of the royal family? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you'll be updated when we have another video for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.